I was away on vacation when everything with the wedding went off the rails. Suddenly, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. My whole family was scrambling to get a hold of me. Karen, in her usual dismissive way, told me, "You're overreacting. It's just a wedding." But it wasn't just a wedding. It was my sister's wedding, and I hadn't even been invited. So, yeah, instead of sitting around feeling bitter, I booked a trip. A few days later, the calls and messages started pouring in. I just sat there staring at my phone, rereading one particular message for the fifth time. "Hey, just wanted to let you know the guest list is finalized and we had to make some tough cuts. Hope you understand. Love you." Tough cuts? Really? I wasn't some random cousin they only saw at funerals. I wasn't an old friend of the family they'd lost touch with. I was her brother, her actual flesh and blood brother. And this was the same sister I'd supported through every single mess, every breakup, every breakdown, every low moment. And now? She'd casually left me out like I didn't matter. I stared down at the message, that numb kind of disbelief creeping through my chest. For a second, I actually laughed. It had to be some kind of mistake, right? So I called Karen. She picked up after two rings, all cheerful, like nothing was wrong. "Hey, sweetheart, what's going on?" I skipped the pleasantries. "I just got a message from Jessica," I said flatly. "She says the guest list is set, and apparently I'm not on it." There was a pause, just long enough to confirm exactly what I was afraid of. "Oh, honey," she finally said with that tone she always used to make me feel like I was the one being difficult. "It's just a wedding. Don't turn it into a big drama." Just a wedding? I could feel the anger start to burn low in my gut. "Are you serious, Karen? I'm her brother. How is it even possible that I'm not invited to my own sister's wedding?" She let out that annoying little tisk sound, the kind that made me feel like a kid throwing a tantrum in the cereal aisle. "It's nothing personal," she said, like that made it any better. "They just had to keep the guest list small and—" "Karen," I cut in, not letting her finish. "I literally saw Jessica's Instagram post. She invited 200 people." Then came the silence. You know the kind, it stretches just long enough to say everything without a word. And finally, a weak laugh. "Well, you know how these things go. Weddings are expensive. Maybe they thought you wouldn't mind sitting this one out." That hit me like a sucker punch to the gut. "Wouldn't mind," I repeated, my voice almost cracking. "Karen, I've been there for Jessica through everything. I helped her move twice when she got laid off. I paid half her rent when she couldn't make it. I talked her through that mess of a breakup. And now I'm somehow not important enough to be there for the biggest day of her life?" "Oh, don't be so dramatic," she sighed, already brushing me off. "It's just one day. You're blowing this way out of proportion." I let out a laugh, but there wasn't an ounce of joy in it. "Overreacting, sure." And right then, I knew exactly how this was going to play out. I'd push back. She'd downplay it. Jessica would offer up some half-baked apology later, and I'd be expected to smile, sweep it under the rug, and move on, just like I always had. Not this time. Something in me snapped. If being family didn't make me worth a seat at the table, then fine. They could have their wedding without me. I ended the call without another word and opened up my laptop. If I wasn't welcome at my sister's wedding, I was going to make damn sure I was somewhere a whole lot better. I booked 5 days at a luxury resort in Maui, Hawaii. All inclusive. Ocean view suite, spa treatments, private beach, the works. I'd always told myself a trip like that was too much, too extravagant. Not anymore. This wasn't just about taking a vacation. This was about drawing a line in the sand. By the time Jessica's wedding rolled around, I was already cruising at 35,000 feet, sipping champagne in first class, stretching out with a grin on my face. I snapped a photo, feet up, drink in hand, and posted it with the caption, Guess I got cut from the guest list, but I think I'll survive. The responses came in almost instantly. A couple of my cousins hit me with laughing emojis like they were in on the joke. My aunt, the only one in the family who actually gets it, commented, "Good for you, should have brought me along." But the crown jewel of all the replies, that came from Karen. She fired off 5 texts back to back like she was on a mission. Karen, where are you? Karen, are you seriously skipping your sister's wedding over this? Karen, you're being petty. Karen, this is tearing the family apart. Karen, call me back now. Petty? Oh, she had no idea. I wasn't even warmed up yet. I snapped a picture of the beach. Soft white sand, crystal clear blue water, the kind of view that belongs on a travel brochure, and sent it to her with zero explanation. Then I turned off my phone. I wasn't going to let them pile guilt on me, not this time. That weight I used to carry around for their sake? Yeah, I dropped it. For the first time in a long while, I was choosing me. And let me tell you, it felt damn good. By the time my plane touched down and I stepped into the Maui heat, whatever guilt I had left had melted away. A sleek black car was already waiting for me. Driver in uniform, chilled towels in the back, a bottle of cold water with my name on it. The drive to the resort felt like something out of a dream. When I arrived, I was greeted with a welcome drink that tasted like summer in a glass. The lobby? Massive open-air space with palm trees growing inside and that perfect ocean breeze drifting in. I kept blinking like I couldn't believe it was real. My room? Floor-to-ceiling windows? A private balcony? And the biggest, softest bed I'd ever seen in my life. I dropped my bags, walked out onto the balcony, and let the view sink in. Then I pulled out my phone and posted another photo. When one door closes, another one opens. Ideally to a beachside suite with unlimited margaritas. Yeah, I wanted them to see it. I wanted them to feel it. To understand, just for a second, what it feels like to be left out, to be an afterthought. And believe me, I was just getting started. The next morning started off like a dream. I had a plate of fluffy pancakes, a bowl of fresh fruit, and a cup of coffee so smooth and rich, it made every other cup I'd ever had feel like a sad memory. I spent the entire day poolside stretched out by the infinity edge, a cold martini in hand, just watching the ocean roll in like I had nothing in the world to worry about. Then I got the message that absolutely made my day. Jessica saw your post. I could just picture it. Her sitting in some overpriced bridal suite, sipping watered-down champagne, nervously scrolling through Instagram while everything around her slowly fell apart. Good, honestly, good. But then things took a weird turn. My phone started lighting up like a Christmas tree. Calls, texts, nonstop. Karen, Jessica, Brandon, even Uncle Mike. Karen, call me. It's an emergency. Brandon, dude, you're not going to believe what just happened. Now they had my attention. I opened my phone and started reading. Turns out Jessica's picture-perfect wedding had completely imploded. The groom. He walked out, right in the middle of the reception, after some huge blowout argument with her. Uncle Mike and my dad got into a screaming match. Grandma Doris ended up in tears. And to top it all off, the venue cut the bar early. Total chaos. Brandon, bro, you dodged a bullet. Jessica, please answer. I need you. Oh, now I mattered, so I sent back just one text. Sorry, I'm a little busy enjoying my overreaction. Hope the wedding was fun. Then I blocked her. Blocked Karen. Blocked Brandon too, just to be safe. I leaned back in my lounger, flagged down the bartender, and ordered another drink. While they were out there scrambling to contain the disaster, I was right here, living my best life in absolute peace. And let me tell you, it felt amazing. The next morning, my phone was back at it, blinking with missed calls, voicemails, and a fresh batch of panicked messages. Out of pure curiosity, I played the first voicemail. Karen, this isn't the time for one of your tantrums. Jessica is devastated. We need you here. Delete. Next up, Jessica, you're my brother. I need you. Delete. Then came Brandon's voice, hushed like he was hiding in a closet or something. Brandon, Karen and Aunt Cheryl are planning to show up at your apartment when you get back. Grandma Doris says the wedding was cursed because you weren't there. Now that one? That one I saved. Pure comedy gold. I stepped out onto my balcony, let that warm morning sun hit my face, and just laughed. They were all in total meltdown mode. Meanwhile, I was standing there in a plush bathrobe, sipping fresh espresso like a king. Then came a message from Rachel, my one cousin who actually has a brain. Rachel, okay, I know you're mad, and you've got every right to be, but you seriously need to hear what happened after the wedding. Call me. You're gonna love this. So I did. And oh yeah, I definitely did. Apparently, after the groom made his dramatic exit, Jessica completely lost it. We're talking full-blown meltdown, screaming, crying, chucking things at her own bridal party like it was a soap opera. And that's when Aunt Cheryl chimed in, saying all of it might have been avoided if I had been there. Then came the cherry on top. Grandma Doris stepped in front of everyone, and told Jessica point blank, if you had treated your family better, you wouldn't be alone in your wedding dress right now. I practically howled. Then Rachel dropped one more gem. Jessica's soon-to-be mother-in-law flat out refused to get involved. All she said was, this is your issue now. Absolutely beautiful. Jessica was still sobbing, still pointing fingers at everyone around her, refusing to look in the mirror. And me? I couldn't be bothered to care. I went ahead and extended my trip by 4 more days. When Rachel asked what I meant, I kept it simple. They chose to cut me out, so now I'm cutting myself off. All the way. Her response? That's iconic. Tell me everything when you're back, whenever that is. I raised my drink, held it up toward the sky, and gave a quiet toast to what might have been the best call I'd ever made. Later that day, I sent out one last message, just to Karen and Jessica. Oh, so now you want me around? Sorry, I'm a little too busy enjoying my overreaction. Best of luck cleaning up your own messes. Then I blocked them. Permanently. No guilt, no drama, no more emotional tightrope walks. Just peace. And I meant it when I say this. It was, hands down, the best decision I've ever made.